Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Bastard Small Session 55. Yes, we looked it up. Don't you judge me. I see you judging me. So, after a bit of a journey and travelling a mechanical lobster into the centre of an island, the Smalls, accompanying Walter and Jimmy the 17th, have encountered the settlement of Kurotoa. And they're currently in the midst of a dance-off.
Yugi just pulls out her bagpipes and just starts playing along.
Okasan just had to start up the beak scootin' boogie here.
He's had the sound down to the bagpipe to Kurotoa's cry out in pain and leg it.
I don't play that bad.
Victory for Okasan!
Oh, that was very impressive. Very impressive. These kids are, they're quite fancy dancers, aren't they? Let's check out the boys. Let's check out Rowan and Zoe. And get those answers. Oh, there's lots of the answers. Let's find the answers to the past. Answers. Oh, God, I'm really losing it with Walter. So, do folks basically want to accompany Walter to the ruins, or is something else you want to try to do first, considering you're in the middle of a Kurotoa village?
Okasan wants to look around the Kurotoa village. The Tuakoa village. There we go.
So many goddamn wars Okasan could possibly start. Well, for Okasan at least, you check things out in your possibly disturbed view of your life. You see more Kurotoa just peering around corners at you, and every now and again you find what appears to be altars. Altars just lining the streets of this figure standing tall, live, with lobster claws. And as you're observing it, you hear a slap, slap, click, slap, slap, click. As a older looking Kurotoa in a robe and staff approaches you. But hands held right, gives you a nod and just... It then points at the statue, which appears to be made out of actual crustaceans and other sea life. And he goes...
Okasan ponders the statue.
And having so much fun with this.
They're actually having a serious theological debate. Unfortunately, no one can understand a word they're saying. This is the most lucid Okasan has ever been.
Yes,
it turns out.
You are having a deep and religious experience with this holy face.
Yeah, exactly.
So, while that's going on, what is Team Sensible doing?
I mean, Shifrost is going to look around. He knows absolutely nothing about this race. Knows absolutely nothing about their history or anything like that. I think this will be the first time he's ever actually encountered them.
Excellent.
So he's just going to kind of try to get a general vibe and see what he can pick up about how not to act. And for once, don't make how not to act be just avoid doing whatever Okusan does.
Yeah, catch you feeling going. No, 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 no. You get the feeling that they're talking about you. Some of them are worshipping at those altars, offering up bitter, fresh face. Hell, even some are offering you some freshly caught fish. Fish even one offers up a small squid. Another one offers up an octopus. Ominous. Give us a dexterity roll, please.
Oh, joyous day. That is a 22.
The octopus leaps from the Kuratoa's hands and laps onto basically a support of a nearby building. Because apparently it was going for your face.
Makes sense.
It's at this point Walters appears to be trying to negotiate with some of the Kurotoa. They're just standing there looking bewildered, tilting their heads. As Walters going on about the importance of the past, they want, can we have access to the ruins? They promise they won't damage anything, etc., etc. The problem is they keep going. One of them shrugs to the other because apparently they have not got a bloody clue what it's all about. Considering they don't speak common, but these Kurotoa don't speak common, and the little bugger's speaking way too fast.
Yes.
So, what are folks doing? How are you helping to investigate?
Omnius is looking for shinies.
Oh, you find shinies. You find plenty of scales.
Yippee. Well, any valuable shinies.
The only thing that seems to be of value to the Kurotoa are their statues. And that looks like it's been made up of leftovers from meals. And so we're back to Okasan. And now you have gathered at least 2 more rogues Kurotoa. The conversation apparently gone deeper. Then one of them pulls out a pamphlet, looks a bit water damaged. They look among it, look at you, look at it. They point to the picture on the back pointing at it again. Yes, you put your own picture on the back of the pamphlets.
Of course, Okasan put. He had Yuki draw it for him.
About the importance of Lord Puddy. And they go. Buddy.
Putty.
Yuki, how do you feel about seafood?
I don't think I've had too many. You know, the whole not much much ocean thing.
There are a few places that are serving food, but the place is very much they eat the. It's a mixture of fish, crustaceans, some octopus and squid, a lot of seaweed. But at most, they seem to be able to cook it with a bit of fire magic. It's mostly just smoked or a bit fried. It's nothing particularly fancy. The most fancy thing they seem to do is steam the fish.
I guess I can try some of this. How?
You have yourself a bit of squid stick. How do you feel about it?
Very chewy.
They notice how you just seem to be chewing a bit of a time, going, and they offer you basically a descaled fish. It's still got its head on.
Thank you. Carefully, takes a piece off of the head, chews it.
While your experience with fish is limited, you have to say that it's the best bit of fish you've had pretty much ever.
Yep. Fish. Fish.
Now, for the general party in general, its opinion is they're not certain what to make of you. And you guess it maybe they're being nice to you because they don't want any trouble.
Who, me?
The party in general.
They're probably Okusa at this point. He's making friends.
The party in general, and yes, you, Onimus.
I am perfectly trustworthy. You can give me all of your shiny things.
Yes, I know how well I can trust you.
I am normal and can be trusted with shiny objects.
Oh. Hey, Okusan, how'd you like to make things a bit more interesting? The book beckons.
Okasan pulls out the book.
You turn.
Wait, he still has that?
You turn to the next page. You read aloud the runes that burn into your brain. You have turned into an albino Kuatoa in a robe. You've kind of gone native.
Okasan has become fish.
It's by this point somehow Walter has either convinced the Kuatoa in question to visit the rooms, or the Kuatoa is so fed up with Walter he just waving the hands, just pointing back to the ruins the settlement's built around, because they don't want to deal with Walter anymore. and just gets out of the way. Friends, I've done it. I've secured this passage to the ruins. Now we can examine. We can record. We can find those precious secrets.
Is the secret how to fix Okasan?
But where's she gone? Where's he gone? Where's the dog? Where's Luma? He was just there a moment ago.
Points to the albino Kuatoa. He got turned into that.
It's at this stage. Kuatoa Okasan has now acquired a small assembly, now listening to whatever's going on now. And is looking on, nodding on. Lord Buddy.
He does this in every new place we visit.
So it's been a while since he used the book.
Has Omnus recovered from the horror that was Okusan Mama?
No.
So, through one means or another, Walter basically leads you to the ruins. Turns out the Kuatoa has been rather respectful of the ruins.
Is Okasan following us?
The Reverend Okasan is following.
Is his new congregation following him?
Yes.
Just checking.
They are still asking questions. They are fascinated with everything he has to say. And he's also partly curious about what these outsiders are up to. It's even the point, a few Kuatoa who have been studying the ruins themselves are starting to point out things. But those who were there the first time round for Walter's expedition to the ruins of the past, you can see the murals are there. They've been rather well preserved in light of a very water-rich environment. You can see pretty impressive cities with dragons of all types flying around, mortal races offering up tributes to the dragons. You know, numerous threats that threaten the Shattered Isles before it came Shattered Isles. There's notes of that Void Dragon that was listed in the other place about the dragons coming together to chase it off. For those who know a bit more about deep history, about creatures that predated the gods, you recognise aboleths being a factor in some of the murals. In one mural, looks a bit different. It's got Walter looking at him quizzically. Because you can recognise the form of kobolds. A lot of them. It looks like a story unfolding where they too have stepped up to face against the threat of the Void Dragons. And you remember Omnus definitely remembers the Mecha
Yes.
They built these kobolds apparently built something bigger. So big, there's what looks like a windmill on its back. Huge, mechanical, impressive. Well, it apparently did face up against a void dragon and chased it away. But the next mule depicts it as the kobolds are still operating it, but it's turned against this settlement it had been defending and was now trashing it. Where the dragons had to come in and put down this mechanical guardian turned menace. As ever, there's some bits of old draconic text about going about how the kobolds rised up because they weren't going to be left behind by the dwarves and gnomes. They built this engine to help defend themselves, but something went wrong. This engine had to be beaten, and it was buried somewhere. And that's where that particular mule comes to an end.
If only Shifrost had any interest in history or a high enough intelligence score, he might actually be able to decipher this stuff for himself and get really scared about it.
If only Sai was here, because he knows history.
What about Yuki? She knows Draconic. Is she sharing
Yes.
sharing this with the rest of the party?
That she is.
Is Shifrost getting nervous?
Yes, he is.
Now I'm kind of curious if somebody rebuilt that engine or if it's to be found somewhere. Part of me wonders if that might be what Magnificence might be looking for.
Something tells me it would be better if it never existed at all.
Yeah.
The next mule you'll come across is of basically looks like a podium with a somewhat familiar white Kurotoa standing in the centre of it, surrounded by others, supposedly in prayer, and above them is some kind of chocolatey coloured orb just hanging in the air.
Yuki looks at the mural, looks at Okasan, looks back at the mural, back to Okasan.
And Shifrost is pretty much doing it exactly in tandem with her.
Is just too tired for this.
And well, imagine Yuki and Chipos are basically having a brain cell moment of this can't be good. Before you are greeted by more Kurotoa. They look like the leaders of the party, dressed in the fanciest robes. They're wearing fishbone pendants and all that lot. And they're basically pointing towards back to the village, like going, just pointing up, and you notice that the crystals seem to be dimming.
It can't be good.
No, There is no conceivable world in which this is good.
Not even a little.
Okasan, give me a idea roll, straight up D20. I'm going to say with advantage due to what the buck has done to you at the moment.
16.
You get the impression your pea-brained mind is turning to night, and the Kurotoa offering you a place to rest.
Okasan gestures to the party. Like sort of a follow me gesture.
Oko-san, you can talk to us normally.
Hands in that form.
Jeffus, I don't know why you ask him these things.
Oh,
I'm
Okasan
not
does
asking,
like
I am telling.
Okasan does like a sleepy gesture, like resting his head on a pillow gesture.
You don't have a pillow. How do you know what a pillow is?
Okasan has seen pillows,
Does he know their function?
debatably.
He's currently a Kurotoa, even if it's just an illusion. Apparently, he has jacked up his brain cells by a few points. I'm saying so because you make things happen.
Indeed.
I have no idea if Okasan can still communicate in common. It is funnier to me that he doesn't realize that he can, whether he's capable or not.
The bastard's got full native.
But yes, he gestures for the party to follow him. While blah.
We're going to skip ahead a bit. It's a case of you are led to basically what appears to be some kind of inn, or just a place to rest. Your bed's made of seaweed, of some soft material. Can't place what it is, but it's soft. It's comfortable. It smells incredibly fishy, but it'll do. Unless you want to say what otherwise. So, do you want to call it a night?
Yeah.
Maybe by then he'll turn back to normal.
Something tells me we are not going to be so lucky.
Something, Chekhov's gun.
Surprise. Okay, so it's stuck in this form. That page was actually a true polymorph spell. He's never going back. Really?
Finally.
Really? No, it was not agreed on. I would not do that. So, you ate the rest?
You ate the rest.
So, one by one, or whatever difficulties or ease you have, you retire for the night. But throughout the community, word spreads. Buddy. And the chant towards their usual deity slips more and more. And even in your dreams, you can hear the do-do, do-do, do-do. As something is summoned into existence with the new direction of the Kuroto's worship.
I forgot they can do that.
I didn't forget they could do that.
Morning comes, or at least you think it is morning, as you leave the sleeping area. The crystals lighting up are a bit brighter than they were before. Now more of a yellowy white, casting the glow about the place. But you notice so many Kurotoa just on their knees, bowing, chanting towards the dock area. You look beyond, seeing the iron lobster, and beyond that, there seems to be some circular object high in the sky, pulsating, growing larger. And then it cracks like an egg. And what is the colour of the pudding for Okusan?
Hang on a sec. Let me see. This might take a minute.
I feel like Omnius is about to have a fucking stroke.
Let's see here. Mute that for a second. Skip ad.
You going back to the Hatoful boyfriend videos?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't remember them actually clarifying it.
Well, the food was covered in pudding.
That may be the part I'm looking at. It is that colored.
Very yellow.
It is the colour of land.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The egg is this creamy yellow colour, and the contents is no different. This huge amount of land just falls and hits the water with splods spilling out before it starts to pull itself back together again. And I can't remember if I've actually thrown any flimes or oozes at the party before, but if I have, you basically remember the behavior. You would remember the behavior that this looks just like that.
Oh no.
At first, an eye opens, another eye opens. A pleasant little smile that looks like he's been poked in there just appears. The Kurotoa are now in use, going, Lord Buddhi, Lord Buddhi, Lord Buddhi. As
What? I guess we can prove it's not Lady Kiki now.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
still
just like
we're still sleeping on lobster, aren't we?
I was just looking at this like we have to be dreaming.
Hang on a sec. Pitches Shifrost.
Eep.
Did that hurt?
Yes.
Then we're not dreaming.
Why did you ruin the one thing I was holding on to for hope?
I mean, you can pinch me if you want.
It wouldn't help. Okay, so Oko-san managed to actually get Lord Puri to materialize. This is what I'm seeing.
You all watch Omnis's eye begin to twitch.
You know, it was hard enough breaking him of delusion of Lord Puri being real in the first place. Now we will never get him over this.
Did we take some sort of proof so they don't start trying to kill Okusan again?
I don't think they will try to kill Oko-san because right now I think he is their cleric.
I meant the guild.
The guild hasn't been able to kill him yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Largely because it's weird. Every time they go looking for him, no one can find him.
And every time no one wants him there, he shows up.
He is there, yes. Okay. Okay. This actually does make the top 10 list of weirdest things I've ever seen.
The mouth of Lord Puddy opens and it begins to chant. Unlike
Oh no.
the Kuwatoa, the language is different. You get a feeling it's saying the same thing, but run through a different translator. Everyone, give me intelligence roll, please.
I don't
17.
care for that, do I?
10.
16.
27.
They will be good, but unfortunately, you weren't at the particular section I wanted to reference. The train hijacking. For those who are there, they have heard this language before. Unfortunately, Onimus was elsewhere. So,
Is he training with Crandall?
yes,
Indeed.
the language is unpleasant to hear. And more faces begin to open up in Lord Puddy's form. And its form just seems to bubble and... Well, once it just looked like a bit of a melted pudding, that's still pleasant to look like. Now it's just bubbling and mouths open big and wide with the hints of teeth. Eyes becoming large and bulbous. As it begins to slurp its way towards the village. The chanting going louder and louder.
I do not think we are equipped to deal with this.
Has anyone got an open flame?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And I think this is good cliffhanger point. So, on account of Lord Putty has been summoned, time to call it this on part 2 and later on to part 3 when you'll see what happens then. Later, folks.
Later.
Take care, all.
Ian.
See ya.